Merry Christmas, everybody. Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. It's time for a Christmas special, Boy Green Daily, and Aaron Rodgers talking some injury stuff. Let's roll.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Merry Christmas, everybody, if we're allowed to even say that anymore. Or happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy everything in between, whatever I can say. Happy holidays. God bless. Thanks for spending some of your time with us this morning. And for those that have already opened all their presents, those that it's here on the horizon, we're here for you, baby. We're going to be talking all things New York Jets here on the show. Without further ado, this guy will be joining us a couple of times this week. Let's bring him in. It's my father. We're in different places, but we're here together for the holidays. Esden Zone joins me here on the show. What's up, Pop?
Hey now. And yes, you can say Merry freaking Christmas. Are you kidding me right now?
Hey.
You know what? And you could say all the other things too. Happy Hanukkah.
Sure.
Joyous Kwanzaa, whatever.
Season's greetings. Yeah. Okay.
Festivus. I don't give a whatever you celebrate, you can say.
Okay.
And the concept that you couldn't say it, well, I'm going to move away from this topic.
Okay, that's probably for the best. But God bless everybody. Welcome to it. Yep, there he is. There's BG, Big Green. Now screw that. It's Merry friggin' Christmas, baby. Okie dokie, artichokey. So wonderful.
Yeah. So strap it on. Say Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, we'll do. Matthew Wright driving up to New Hampshire, got a 2+ hour drive. Let's hear it, Paulie. So I love it. We got people doing all kinds of traveling, or they're there at home, and everybody else in between. Like I said, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm seeing everyone jumping into the comment section. I'd like to do this right off the top. Let's gift 5 memberships. Let's just do it. It's the holiday season. Here we go. Boy Green. Gifting 5 right now. Let's give back to the great people. They're out in the universe. Let's highlight myself for gifting the 5 Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Let's go, baby. Oh, yes. Here are the 5 new members of the Boy Green Coffee Club right off the top. Happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy it. That's No Ghost. Rich Tutula. Derek Q, Gerald Janasco, and Luis Cordova. You are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Welcome to the show, and let me flip the banner immediately before we get into our holiday festivities that this is the Boy Green Emoji Contest going on, and we have it for the next couple of days here. Throughout the month of December, every gifted membership on this channel gives you a raffle ticket. I did not just give myself 5 raffle tickets. I want to make that clear so I could win my own prize. That would have been pretty cool, but I didn't do that. It's for everybody else, so keep gifting those memberships, everybody, and whoever gifts the most will win our emoji contest, which, by the way, it's getting pretty spicy. Our number 1 Austrian Jet fan is still in first place after edging out Chef Kevin Gilbert. He has 38 memberships. Chef Kevin Gilbert one behind at 37. We have a massive tie with a bunch of people at 30. Jimmy Jets joined the 30 membership gifted club. Ed Vargas, let's see, Fleur Lillian, Big D, FL Phil 98, and MFC, and a couple others are right behind in the 24 range or beyond. So, guys, keep those gifting, and let's try to see how many people we can get involved in both the raffle contest and the emoji contest. Whoever gets the most ends up getting our custom emoji. But happy holidays, Pop. How you feeling this morning?
Feeling fantastic, and I want to sort through a few things before we move on. But
okay,
do you have it? And I'm sure that you're all over this. You're a man with foresight.
Travis Preheim, welcome to the Boy Green Daily. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Thank you.
So, how is the 11th hour going to work for this contest? Because as we have known in the past, when we do raffles or things of that nature, so how are you going to timestamp? So if these guys are chasing each other, right?
Sure.
If Chef Boyardee, right, and the Australian Jet fan, yeah, I know I said that wrong. Just kidding, guys. Yeah. So if those guys are back and forth, right, and they're like, right, because the average person, I'll do one, and one, like at an auction. When are you gonna, are you gonna timestamp it? Like when you get it, when you get those, is it midnight on December 31st? Have you figured this out?
Yes.
My guess is you have not.
Oh, well, I appreciate the faith.
Holy cow, what just happened?
Yeah, which let's get to that immediately. Travis Preheim says, hey, baby, we're gifted. Sweet Caroline. Travis Preheim here punched his own ticket to the party and then just gifted 20 friggin' memberships. Good Lord have mercy. And without further ado, I think we got to put 21 on the board. 3 touchdowns for Travis Preheim. Good Lord. That's absolutely terrific. Let me make sure I put it right here on the list. He gets 21 raffle tickets, of course, and plus, on top of all that hoopla, he is firmly in the emoji contest. I guess you could do one of those, Pop. You're like, oh, who's it going to be between these two? Travis like, hey, man, don't leave me out of this party. So, wow. Okay.
That was definitely like a stone cold entry, like the glass. And then he starts walking down. Yeah, that's what just happened.
Yeah, I love that he just he quietly went like, yeah, I would like to be a member. Oh, okay, Travis, that's very wonderful.
What just happened again?
And then just boom, shakalaka. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let me read these 20 members. Let me keep up here. A lot is happening. Let's see. Matthew Wright was gifted a membership. Bang Mateo, Dorian Shamorian, Hold the Onions, FPP, Cantu Ringy, NYC Camper, Ronald Lake, William Sprague, Kyle Smith, Mutiny, Boring Sober Guy, The Underrated Darkness, Tyrone Garcia, Justin Flanagan, Donna, Green Truth Dave, and LA were all just gifted memberships from our boy Travis off the top rope. And good Lord have mercy is right. What in the flying hoot is going on right now? Because Travis just gifted another 10 memberships. Oh my good Lord have mercy. Oh wow. 10 more memberships. Good night. Okie dokie.
He's coming in hot.
Yeah, that's for sure. Here are the 10 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Adam Horvath, Brian Glick, Hobbs, Sean Cora, Brandon Roberts, Woody's cousin there, Rock Benz 205, Ranger Fan 11, John Reed, Cool Keith, Donald Wallace were all just gifted Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, and just like that, Travis Preheim is 31 gifted memberships. He is now in third place behind our number one Austrian Jeff Van, who has 38, Chef Kevin Gilbert with 39 gifted memberships so far this month, and then booyah, sole possession of third place is Travis Preheim, who just gifted 31 memberships. I was just going to say that at any time someone could just join the party out of nowhere, and then just Christmas Day, Santa just kicked down my door. Good night. Uh-oh. It's perhaps started a contest here. Number one Austrian Jet Fan. He just gifted a membership, baby. All right, number one Austrian Jet Fan. I like the dip of the toe in the pool here. He says, hey, let me just increase my lead by one burger. He increased his lead. He has 39 gifted memberships so far this month. That's in first place. Second place is Chef Kevin Gilbert with 37. And then we have Travis Preheim, who just gifted 31 memberships. Good Lord have mercy. Okay. And by the way, the new member, let me just give that for number one Austrian Jet Fan real quick, is Chris Bradigan. You are now a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to our number one Austrian Jet Fan for doing that. Whoa! That was aggressive.
That was aggressive. I think the Austrian Jet Fan just put on the crunch enhancer.
Yeah.
The crunch enhancer. It's a non-nutritive cereal bonus. Semi-permeable.
Yeah. By the way, Matthew Wright asked a question. What does a member do? What is a member? I think this is a good chance to explain that as we're getting gifted memberships left and right here. First off, a gifted member, you're a supporter of the show. So that's a number one. You get that little emoji that's by your name. You're a loyal member to the show. You're a benefactor. You're all the jazz. You're helping out the show. But also, you get all kinds of cool perks. Number one, you get access to our Discord channel. It's an app. You can also get it on your computer. Either way, we're all in there. All of the Boy Green Coffee Club members are inside the Discord. We're talking Jets. We're sharing food recipes. We're talking NFL. We're talking everything. And plus, you get exclusive scoops of things that are coming on the Boy Green Daily channel. Additional content. I did an interview with Jonathan Vilma that exclusively went over to the Discord channel that you guys got to do. So there's all kinds of wonderful perks, all the custom emojis, and so much more. Now, let's jump back into it because we got a lot of action happening here because Jimmy Jets just gifted 20 memberships. Good Lord have mercy. What a day. I mean, wow. Okay, let's update the leaderboard here for old Jimmy Jets here. And with that 20-pack of gifted memberships, Jimmy Jets is now in first place with 50 gifted memberships so far this month. Good friggin' Lord. Okay, let's jump on over to that train to get the latest. All right, Jimmy. All right, way to go, buddy. You're the 20 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Daryl, Just for Fun, Scott Collins, Randy Martinez, Vero Beach, NY Jets, Ryan L, Nikki Boo Boo, Big Steve, Ez Chillin, Nixie, Cliff Burlew, Duins Syndrome, Ray Danger, Vocal Vike, Whitney Gilmore, Mike Dems, Amir Lendon, RB Gamer, Franco Axtanani, Carlos Piscoya, all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. And folks, it's not over yet.
Yeah, Travis just said, hold my beer.
Yeah, there you go, with another 10 gifted memberships. This is an unbelievable holiday special. I think he's gifting one membership for every different way you could say Merry Christmas. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're running out of ways to say it. I mean, this is just absolutely friggin' spectacular of epic proportions. All right, let's read these. I'm getting my reading today. Up, down, left, right. Here we go. These are 10 new gifted memberships to Travis Preheim here, who now has 41 gifted memberships. He is in sole possession now of second place here on the channel behind Jimmy Jets, who has 50 gifted memberships. Travis Preheim with 41 gifted memberships. We have Austrian Jet Fan at 39 and Chef Kevin Gilbert at 37. Good night. Here are the 10 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club with Travis here. We have Monkey Manstead. All right, Matt Lamontague, the Jetstream, Jets. All right, that's creative. Debos 17, Stephen Craig. We're all just gifted memberships to the Boy Green Coffee Club, and oh my Lord. Look at all this. Look at all this holiday cheer, excuse me. And before we move on any further, we got our boy MFC with a member super chat shout out here on the show. Wow. Merry friggin' Christmas, everybody. And shout out to MFC, who's been a member for 7 gosh darn months. We love you, MFC. So thanks, brother, for that. Ho, ho, ho. Whoa, number one Austrian Jet Fan just gifted another 5 memberships. This is going to be an intense race for the entire show. I mean, how do you keep track of all this hoopla that's happening here? I mean, this is absolutely something to be proud of. All right, let's read these 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. I mean, this is just terrific. Okay, here are the 5 new. These are Orlando G. NYJ, Mark Ferrero, Just Endure the Suffering, T. Rivera, and Ernie are all now members to the Boy Green Friggin' Coffee Club. That is 44 gifted memberships from our boy, number one Austrian Jets fan, which now puts him back in sole possession of second place behind Jimmy Jets, who's gifted 50 memberships so far this month. Good Lord have mercy. Wow. Father, look what you started here. Look what you did.
Good. All right. Hey, so
yeah,
how is this going to happen again? You're going to explain?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I was slightly thrown off by the flying membership left and right. I have thought of that. I know you didn't think I had, but I have thought of that. And I am going to do this. We might as well announce it right here on the show, Pop. Feel free to join me, depending on your availability. But we're going to go live for the final hour of the last day of December, which we're leading up to balls being dropped. Okay, we're going to be on, and that's how we will be tracking it live. So I planned on keeping track on the app, because as memberships come in, you get little notifications for the time. But I'm saying it goes all the way till Cinderella midnight strikes on the last day of December, there, the 31st.
So you're going to, from 11 to 12 o'clock on New Year's Eve, that's your plan?
Yeah.
You thought this out?
Yep, I have. Yep.
You puzzled it out, and you thought that's what people want to do on New Year's Eve at 11 o'clock at night?
Oh, so you think that's a terrible idea?
No, I just think it's a unique idea that maybe needs to be revisited.
Okay, well, we can put it back in the shop, but I thought
anyways,
that would be,
hey, the real question people want to know is,
okay,
we know that you had like a roast beef sandwich for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
because you didn't think that you might need to buy a turkey ahead of time to frost it. You went shopping the day before Thanksgiving and wondered why they didn't have fresh turkey. But anyways, so
that's actually not the reason that I went turkey. I just want to be honest. I wanted something. Not that I don't like turkey. I enjoy turkey, but I'm like, you know what? I just want roast beef this year. A roast beef sandwich. So that's what we got.
Yeah, that's a good story. Anyways, so what's on the dinner menu for today?
We're doing steaks. We're doing steaks and potatoes.
Nice. What kind of steak?
I believe we have a strip, and then I got to double check the one that we got for my fiance. I'm not sure. She grabbed her steak on over the weekend.
Oh yeah, okay. Over the weekend. Yeah. Hopefully you froze it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. She's the one who grabbed it all. So, whatever happened, I'm sure she has it all in order.
Oh, my God. It's amazing that you function throughout the day. When you have to make decisions on your own, it's amazing. I imagine she got a ribeye, but that's probably what she got.
Probably. But, I'm, it's important when you're in a position of power to delegate. I'm a delegator.
And so she delegated to you?
And so I've got like an office here on the top floor when a lot of stuff's coming on my plate.
You're at the end of her kitchen table.
So this one's on floor 12. This one's on floor 10. So there's just a lot of that going on.
It's like floor 30th at the Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah, right. And, hopefully Alan Rickman isn't being thrown over the top. But Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. And wow, that was an electric start to the show today. We are live every single day at 7:30 in the morning, including all holidays as well, baby. So it's absolutely terrific. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Let me start off with, I guess we'll do the quick news bit of today, and then we can get into any Christmas specials and everything else that's included. So Jeff Ulbrich spoke yesterday morning. We got the Olu Fashanu update, so in case you guys missed that Boy Green Meets Woody show yesterday, Olafester's out for the season. That's bad news. The good news is it appears he avoided all the super major stuff, which could have been a broken foot, could have been a Liz Frank, could have been an Achilles. All of that stuff got rolled off the table. Instead, he has plantar fasciitis. He will likely have some level of foot surgery this offseason. There's no telling on when the surgery is going to happen, which would indicate potentially when he's going to be ready for the spring activities. But the good news is that out of all the the news is just we rather him not be injured at all, obviously. But if he was injured and he had to have something, this was the best of all the results from everything I'm hearing from all the medical football people that are out there in the universe. So Olu Fashanu, in case you guys missed that show yesterday, he will be having some level of foot surgery, but he should be back at some point during the offseason, which again is incredibly encouraging as you're starting left tackle. However, the other news that came out of the Ulbrich presser was he said, Aaron Rodgers is dealing with a knee TBD. And we're kind of like, the meter's like, whoa. Aaron might not play. He's like, well, I'd bet on him playing, but, it's sort of up in the air. I'm not going to commit to it. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers speaks a little bit later, and he sort of closed the door on all that noise.
Jeff was saying that your knee is bothering you and need to know your status this week. Can you give us any update?
Yeah, I'm going to play, and it feels pretty good.
What are you dealing with exactly there?
A little MCL, but I've had a lot worse. Got lucked out, avoided major stretchage of the MCL.
Did you have to take an MRI?
No, I did not. Good question, though.
And someone also did ask the funny follow-up. Did you decline that MRI that you were offered? And he laughed and said that did not come up because there had been jokes before that he'd been declining medical scans. He also said it a little bit more emphatically later as well when they asked him about whether or not he's going to play on this. And he's like, there's 100% chance I'm going to play on Sunday. So close that book. Aaron Rodgers will continue to play, but there was a slight whatever there that he wouldn't. And with only 2 games left to play, the Jets are at Buffalo, and then the final week of the season, they have the Miami Dolphins at home. But it's interesting. If he potentially would have missed this game, there could have been made an argument, no reason to come back for the finale as well. But Aaron has made it very important to himself that he'd like to, finish off this season well. And there's a lot of milestones he can accomplish, including joining the 500 touchdown club, which he could do on Sunday with 1 touchdown pass.
Yeah. Well, he's got some hollow stats this year for sure.
Oh, that's not very nice.
It could be a new record.
Oh, let me hear this.
Yeah, quarterback that threw for the most yards with the least amount of wins.
Okay, that's not nice. But I will tell you, Amid Hayoka comes in with a important message, liking the video, sharing the video out on social media, subscribing. Those are all the free ways to contribute, and those should not be overlooked by any means, because that's what helps get the show in front of other Jet fans. So I appreciate everyone that's dipped into the deep end of the pool for all the Christmas holiday givings, and that's awesome. But the most underrated way, everyone who watches the show or enjoys it, even if you don't have the financial means to contribute in a different way, I really appreciate that. So God bless Amid Hayoka, and thank you very much. And look at this, for Lily in Big D with a $19.99 super chat, which of course counts for those who don't know. That also counts for our emoji and membership gift away contest.
Wow.
All right, for Lily and Big D here. Tell them the truth. It's a dumb idea. It's dumb. Assume me going to be that Freeze episode on Sunday. I see. And I wonder what dumb idea we're talking about here. Was that the Daniel Jones thing from yesterday? Is that my J.J. McCarthy idea? What are we referencing? Because I don't see a prior
Yeah,
comment.
I think he's referencing the reveal at 11 o'clock.
I see. I see. Yeah. I see. That could be it too. So for Lily and Big D, please clarify on what specifically is a dumb message, because it's sort of vague. I say a lot of dumb things all the time. It's hard to kind of hone in on one thing potentially being it. That could be the New Year's episode. The Freeze episode Sunday could be in reference to that Jets-Rams game that just happened. That was cold as balls for people that were there. But yes, so for Lily and Big D, let me know. But I am adding this to your total here, so I'll put that on and do all the calculations necessary to put that in there. So let me just drop that little note for myself, and don't want you to get lost in that. So perfect. I'll add that to your total here in just a little bit. But yes, clarify what exactly you're referencing, because I want to make sure I understand that. Let me see if for Lily and Big D has since responded. Not yet, but we'll make sure we get that. The other thing I want to do throughout here on the Aaron Rodgers action of happening here with the New York Jets is that old man Aaron Rodgers. Well, here's the thing. Let me set this up first. So today we have Christmas games. Those will be happening. And if you want the Bills to be as motivated as possible for Sunday, you need the Steelers to beat the Chiefs. Because if the Chiefs win, and by beating Pittsburgh, I believe Buffalo Bills get locked into the 2 seed, which means basically these final 2 weeks will be a bye. They can't catch up to the Chiefs, who are 2 games ahead with 2 games left to go. So they need to lose out, and Bills need to win both, potentially to leapfrog them. But if the Chiefs win today on Christmas, Bills will be locked into the 2 seed. And I haven't heard from Bills people. I haven't listened to any of the press conferences this week, so I'm not sure the motivations. Have they revealed, hey, if they lose, we're just going to pack it all in or what have you? So that would be super anticlimactic if we don't get a Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers show, because that was a fun game the first time around. It was 23-20, close game, just missed a couple of field goals that they could have potentially tied the game or won the game. That's neither here nor there. We would have been in first place in week 6. That would have been nice. But yeah. By the way, so how would you do that, Pop? Because it's probably more likely that the Chiefs win than they lose to Pittsburgh, which would then eliminate the Buffalo Bills from getting the number 1 seed, which would then control their potential motivations for the final 2 games of the season.
Yeah, I would say if it was the last week of the season, you could talk about what it should look like. When you're talking about 2 weeks left, I think that anybody that rests their starters is going to take a long, hard look at it. I think you want to talk about success. You want to talk about what football players do, what football teams do. You go back to 2007, the final game of the season. The Patriots are 16-0, and they go toe-to-toe with the Giants, who literally did not have to win the game.
Right.
The Patriots didn't have to win the game. Mm-hmm. And the Giants lost the game but took them to the mat and it was a forecast, a precursor, if you will, to later on when the Giants won the game that mattered.
Yeah, there was some serious foreshadowing there, and they got close. The Giants, to your point, competed very well in that game, but the Patriots obviously wanted it. They wanted the 16-0 season at the time, which led to the playoffs and gave them opportunities. So, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Hey, now, T-Town Jet with a 5-pack combination. You love to see it, baby. 5 gifted memberships from our boy or gal, T-Town Jet. All right, this has been a party today. There's no question about it. Those 5 new members are M30, Xavier Poe, AZ Jets, Ming Ring, and Ishan Mehta. You guys are all now members of the Boy Green Coffee Club, and T-Town Jet has just added 5 raffle tickets to their total so far this month, which gives them 6 gifted memberships so far this month. Appreciate it, T-Town Jet. Thank you so much. And for Lily and Big D, you're at 36 gifted memberships after adding up your Super Chat total to your previous contributions. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Man, this has been a wild, wild show so far. Let's get a little bit of Christmas cheer involved as well, Pop. Is there certain Christmas movies that are on your have to watch on Christmas Eve, or is it just kind of holiday season in a general sense of when you get some of those in?
Yeah, we actually talked about that a little bit yesterday, but yeah. So it used to do I had a triple header on Christmas Eve, and then it made it, depending on what else was going on that day, then it became this weird like marathon. You've got to So we spaced out this year the 3-pack that we talked about yesterday, the Scrooged, Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story. So we did 1 on the 23rd and 2 yesterday.
What are the Christmas Day festivities? So now we're on Christmas. So again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you taking some of your time out of this busy holiday to join us here on the show and have a lot of fun. What's the itinerary for your Christmas Day special here?
Yeah. So normally it's a pretty, as I think is with most people, other than putting things together, setting things up, the little, whatever. But after you get past the morning rush, it's kind of like, we got it. We made it.
Yeah.
And, I don't typically watch a lot of NBA except for the playoffs. Occasionally I will. Okay. I mean, I'll watch it, not like the NFL, but when it gets to playoffs, I'm like everybody else. So they tried to create the midseason tournament to see if I would pay attention, and I did not. But
the Milwaukee Bucks, they won the NBA Cup, just in case you missed it.
Yeah. Well, they got to win something. But I would tell you that it's really we occasionally watch that now with the football, NFL football, right? We're in an amazing stretch. So there were some random bowl games yesterday that nobody watched.
Apparently a 5 overtime game last night.
But the next 8 days.
Yeah.
Let me say that again.
Okay.
The next 8 days.
Okay.
You get NFL today, NFL tomorrow. On Friday night, we have the Syracuse Orange Bowl game. Friday night football.
The Holiday Bowl. Nice.
That's right. We got a triple stack on Saturday of NFL football. Now, it's not as good as last Saturday's. The games aren't quite as good because last Saturday, NFL's must be patting themselves on the back, right? You got last Saturday, and then you jack the teams around. Last Saturday's this Wednesday, so that's pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So you got then you have the regular slate on Sunday, and then Monday Night Football, and then you have the bowl game, the playoff, the second round of the playoffs on New Year's Eve, which is probably a good reason not to argue with them for your plan. And then you have the rest of the playoffs on January 1st. So we've got like 8 days of solid football. And then you got the couple, the bowl games get less interesting after that for a day or two. And then it picks back up to the NFL. So we got a lot of football coming our way. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, by the way, today, folks, we have only 2 games on Christmas today. We've had triple headers in the past, but today is a double dip, and both of these are exclusively on Netflix, in case you missed it. So we have Chiefs-Steelers. That's Chiefs traveling to Pittsburgh. That is 1 o'clock on Netflix. And then Baltimore-Houston, playoff matchup from last season. A lot of chutzpah here. Baltimore traveling to Houston, 4:30 on Netflix. Hopefully Netflix, of course, has fixed all their issues from the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. There was a lot of buffering and other problems happening there as well.
Yeah, this just in.
Yeah.
Netflix just came out with actually a press release.
Oh.
You will not see Mike Tyson's ass cheeks during these games today.
So,
and hopefully the buffering doesn't happen if they did at that exact moment.
On the cheeks. That's very nice. By the way, speaking of the quick controversy there, do you believe that was just a random bit that happened to happen live when I didn't even realize Mike Tyson was being interviewed by one of his sons until they kissed each other? It's like, oh, that's cordial. Do you believe that that just happened live? Or like, is that Mike Tyson's ass cheeks? Or that they pre-recorded it like some other interviews and, this would be funny. Let's show Mike Tyson's ass cheeks out there. That's going to go viral.
Yeah. Does it strike you that Mike Tyson would want to show his ass cheeks?
Well, I guess he doesn't really have the saying power probably on cuts and edit, you would say. But,
Would you want to be the person that cut and edited it as Mike Tyson? Hey, who's at the door? I don't know. Go answer the door. And that scene from the first Hangover. Yeah. Right, where he's doing the Phil Collins song. Yeah, and then he, right.
By the way, I've never been a boxer, but the sport seems really intriguing. Why are you just walking around there with your ass cheeks out? What's going on? The room is filled with your people and sponsors and God knows what. What's up with the windows open, cheeks out? I don't understand. Is that a competitive advantage? What's happening there?
I've got nothing.
Okay.
You put that on. It's weird that you would use that phrase. But hey now.
Wow.
Anyways, like your ass cheeks as a grown ass man in a room full of other men should have a cool breeze on them for about 3 milliseconds as you're
as it were a quick change maybe. Yeah, right. That's that I've got no issues there. You got a quick hey man, there's a lot of people. This is the locker room. It is what it is. A quick but not like a prolonged visit from the Cheek family. I imagine that seems a bit odd. Anywho,
by the way, don't have to breathe. No,
that's for sure. By the way, here are the rest of the games. So we got 2 games today, Wednesday for Netflix. We got Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Texans. Thursday Night Football, Seahawks, Bears. All right, got that tomorrow night. We got 3 games on Saturday. That's Chargers, Patriots at 1. Broncos, Bengals. That's a juicy one at 4:30. A lot of major playoff implications there. Cardinals, Rams. Cardinals are already eliminated from the playoffs. That one's less interesting on the night game. Rich Eisen and company will be calling that one. Full slate of Sunday games, including our Jets-Bills game. And then Monday Night Football, Lions, 49ers, which again also lacks some of the chutzpah because the 49ers, I believe, have already been officially eliminated from playoff contention. So, they're out too. So, lacking some chutzpah, but we'll see. Hey, football's football, baby, and I can't wait for the college football playoff and all the like. It's going to be a good one.
Now, are the Cardinals eliminated, or are they still?
Yes. Cardinals were eliminated last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I knew that.
Which eliminated
because they
everybody.
really showed that graphic like 800 times during the game. Like it was a side game over here.
Yeah.
I was watching the main game. But every time I looked, they kept flashing. The Cardinals would be eliminated with a loss. And they must have popped that graphic on the screen like 80 times. And it was always with Kyler Murray, correct? Kyler Murray on the sideline.
Yeah. So, yes, the Washington win eliminated everyone because that's the wild card. So it eliminated Cowboys and Cardinals and 1,000 other teams that are just kind of hanging out in the mix. The only ones that are still alive over there in the NFC, I know the NFC South people because Atlanta now has the current lead, but they play Washington and Tampa Bay's hanging out there, but they lose the head-to-head tiebreaker because of the sweep. So those teams are still hanging out there. And I believe Seattle, because of the NFC West ties,
that's right.
They're hanging out there too.
I was actually upset that the Cowboys game, I don't know why they call it flexed. I would call it moved. Right. Right. So I think it was the 4:25 game of the week, Dallas, Philly, and they moved to 1:00. And I actually prefer the 1:00 games for my game.
Okay.
But I was disappointed because I really like to watch when it's a Cowboys game, I watch the Cowboys game. When it's the Jets game, when it's not the same time as Cowboy game, I watch the Jets game, and now I've got to split it out. Right, there's always 2 or 3 TVs on sometimes watching football, but normally I focus on the game. And now the Jets and Cowboys at the same time, so that's unfortunate. But I would have liked them to be separate. But
I believe all their games for the rest of the season are all going to be these 1:00 specials. Unfortunately, Miami has not been announced yet, but my gut would say 1:00 because that will have 0 implications. Unfortunately,
now did they say they might move some to Saturday on?
That is correct.
On the last week of the year.
Yeah. Let me pull this up because, like I said, I'm pretty...
Oh, it does say 1-4-1-5. Okay, I see it.
Yes. So they're going to have a couple on the Saturday special, and then of course they'll flex the rest. Excuse me.
I wonder if it'll be 2 or 3.
That's a good question. Let me see if that is here on the sheet. Let me take a peek ski. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's just so many that are up in the air. I'm not sure. Yeah, but normally I think they do a triple header if I remember correctly. But that I'm unsure of exactly how many are going over. Merry Christmas, everybody! I see a bunch of new people are joining us here on the show. Also, I've been asked, is this a Guinness Santa hat? I'm not sure.
Goofy.
Yeah,
Isn't those ears? Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not that one. It's just a long one. My Jet Christmas hat, my fiance took yesterday, so I don't and I was trying to look around for it. It normally sits right up there on the champagne that I'll open when the Jets win the Super Bowl, baby. Which is cool. Yeah. Again, reminder: my intern Rob. His final, normally kids are there for a semester. His gift was this fancy ass champagne, but it has a note on it, Boy Green, open when one of your teams wins a championship. And I've interpreted it as the Jets. I'm like, oh, well, that's the one that's going to happen, baby. So let's go. And so I plan on popping the bubbly. Won't be this year, so we'll put it back on ice, but, it'll be coming soon. So long story short, though, no idea. I don't know. I was just looking around for my hat, and I saw this one. I'm like, well, this will have to do. So just a lot of long Santa hat action here, but, unaware of its, its connections to Guinness or anything of the sort. Yes,
very nice.
All right. FL Film 98. Will those games be on exclusive streaming channel? Today's games are. It is exclusively on Netflix for people that will be watching that one.
Yeah, I think he's talking about that Saturday, January 5th. I think we would already know that if they're going to be streaming, because they go over
I think those just get split up with the
advertising.
networks. Correct. Yeah, I don't think that's part of those. We will, because you have all the playoff ones. I think we're getting an Amazon Prime game this year. We're going to have a Peacock game this year. So all of those will be exclusive, unfortunately.
That's fucking annoying.
Yeah, which it is. Everyone's going to a different app and saying, oh, wait, which one's this one on and this one? And then force feed. That's the only way, by the way, you can watch those playoff games are exclusively on channels like Prime or Peacock or stuff like that. So
I would bet most people watching have streaming. Like when the streaming thing comes on, they're like, do I have that? And they're like, I don't know. There's so many of them. Like I can tell you, it's easier for me to tell you ones I refuse to get. And the problem is like they pay a lot of money. Like I don't have whatever is it, Apple phone, Apple TV,
Apple
whatever.
TV. Yeah, that's a new one. I don't know if
whatever that. So the ones I don't have are easier to identify than the ones because you say something like, "Do you have
Kerfluffle Plus?
Do you have Slapdick Network? What?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You click on the app, and I guess I do.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, we do. We mooch off a couple of people, but we do have this new Apple TV thing because one of Tatiana's shows on that. We just watched it recently, so Apple TV is on there. Dave Briga believes his prediction is that champagne will either turn to vinegar or evaporate before I get a chance to pop it for the Jets Super Bowl. Dave, I appreciate the positivity on Christmas that is well received. Appreciate that. Again, happy holidays, everybody. You bastards for not believing. Come on, man. It's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure. Next year is definitely the year. There's no doubt about it. Our number one Austrian Jet fans asking about all the flurry of roster moves for the New York Jets. So I can throw that out there. The Jets have a chance potentially, and I say a chance because the kicker they just signed, Greg Joseph, was signed to the practice squad. So we'll see if he ends up being switched out for Anders Carlson leading up to the game. But if he does get into the game, I believe that will be the 5th kicker for the New York Jets this season, which will be the most kickers they've ever had in a single season. So there's more
new record.
There you go. That's a spirit. Olu Fashanu was placed on IR. Again, his season's over, as we mentioned earlier. They did sign Jarius Monroe to the active roster. Aaron Rodgers went on a wild rant in a good way for Jarius Monroe at the end of his presser. His final point was he was talking about, long story short, at his presser like a week ago, he said after the game, some players we're going to find out are in with the Jets and some are out. And then people started like bubbling about that. So he asked him about it again, and he joked with the media yesterday. Do you want names? Do you want me to start throwing them out there? Like, do you want me to name drop apparently who I think is still in and who is out, like with football and not checked out and stuff? And he said, ridiculous question. And then he talked about it. And he's like, one guy who's in is Jarius Monroe, who just got signed. And he gave this very passionate speech about how Jarius Monroe is a guy that we should all be like. And I'm like, wow, okay, cool. So salute to Jarius Monroe. He just got on a NFL roster who's been on the practice squad for a while. So shout out to him. The Jets also signed pass rusher Cameron Klein to the practice squad. And Neil Johnson, the rookie tight end, who's kind of spent I don't want to say a lot of time, a relative amount of time with us this year. He was just cut as well. So there's the flurry of roster moves to keep you updated on that. Our number one Austrian Jet fan. There you go. Beautiful.
Very good.
Okay. Let me make sure I just didn't miss anyone's comment there. Very nice.
There's a few you might want to miss.
Oh, well, what's that supposed to mean? No boy.
Go ahead and look at the last 5 or 6 and you'll figure it out yourself.
Okay. Let's see. Corner Cran. Here's Dave Briga here. So, Paul, I've seen too much. I'm sorry. This season has rolled me over the edge. I don't blame you.
That's, no. A few more before that.
Oh, a few more before that. Okay, let me see. Ricky New York Live says, Boy Grin, I don't drink Padava soda next year when you have your champagne. See?
Yeah, the one before that.
Easy. Jets won't win until all my pubes.
I said, don't read it. Let alone put it on the screen.
Oh, I thought that's there was a miscommunication there. I'm not. I don't want to comment any further on this topic.
By the way, is there going to be an official spotter for that?
Wait, we gotta, like watching the trees with the red and yellow leaves. Like up, we got another one.
I don't know, pew peeper.
ETA. Like there's a clock up on the screen of when the ball drops. Is there a?
That's an interesting phrase there. Yeah. Anyways. Should we take some callers?
Oh, yes. Why don't we do that? That's a good idea. Let's do that. We'll open up the phone lines. First, a quick message from Hep Baby, and then we'll open up the phone lines next year on a Merry Christmas episode. And thanks to everybody so far that's gifted a cajillion memberships. That's our official number, a cajillion. Wow.
Boy green daily, boy green daily, boy green daily. Talking just football, man. Boy green daily, boy green daily, boy green daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Wow. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch the Super Bowl season with Boy Green. Jets. Jets. Boy.
Hep, baby. He is one of the best in the business, and I say that all the time, but I really mean it. He's one of our very passionate listeners on the show. Guys, you guys can call into the show. Feel free to do so. That's youtube.com/BoydGreen25. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, which we appreciate, make sure you hop on over to the YouTube. That's where you can like the video, hit subscribe, get involved. And all the membership gifting and all of that in which it includes, but also the pinned comment is on YouTube if you'd like to call into today's program. All right, let's go to the phone lines, and we've got the Pube Man. Easy here on the show.
What is that?
Yeah, that's his hand. Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
I couldn't resist. It was just I'm just being stupid this morning.
No, that's okay. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Christmas. Easy just came out of the darkness.
Oh, there might be a delay. I think there's a delay.
Hold on a second. I got to turn this off and turn it back on. Then it'll sync up.
Yeah, my engineer at the radio station says that solves 99% of the world's problems. It's just going boop, boop. So we'll see.
Reboot.
Okay. Easy, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, that's a quicker response time. Okay, good.
Yes,
so that worked. Yes, excellent. Easy.
Beautiful. Beautiful thing. I'm not hearing you through the headset. I'm hearing you through my phone, but at least there's no delay, so I can live with that.
There you go. I'm glad we're able to reach that compromise. God bless.
Merry Christmas, Pops. How you doing?
Excellent. Merry Christmas to you.
It is good. After I was telling Paul yesterday, after like almost 25 years of craziness due to my ex-wife, my kids are finally all together at my daughter's house in Long Island. And I actually got to talk to my youngest son a little bit yesterday over my son Jamie's phone. Jamie lives down here in North Carolina with me. So
that's great. That's
nice.
Awesome.
Well, not with me. And, he's got his own place. But he lives down here, and everyone moved down. My parents, both my sisters. So we're all down here in the Raleigh area now. So
that's awesome. Family should be together. That's wonderful.
That's right.
Yeah, but I'm just glad my son went up to Long Island to visit his cousin who just had a baby, and
nice.
My daughter had a baby last year. So now my cousin finally started talking with my daughter, and they were FaceTiming and looking at the babies, and it was really cool.
Hey, by the way, what's on the Christmas morning menu? I'm hearing some people, Zack Quinn just commented in, he's down with brioche for French toast on his action. What do we got cooking?
Nothing yet. I just woke up.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to be on at 7:30, and I kept refreshing my phone, and I didn't see you. Did you come on at like 8 today or something? Or
No, we came on at 7:30.
It just wasn't showing. Usually it says,
notification for people who subscribe. Yeah. That's correct. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, it happened to a bunch of people.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
wow.
Might have been something, I guess.
So, I'd like a revised opinion from your dad on who he wants as head coach. Give me your top 3.
Revised top 3.
Yeah.
Well, I would say Mike Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
Is that number 1? Is this in order?
Yeah,
this is
order. What's your wish list? Your first guy.
Wish list. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Mike Vrabel.
Okay.
Ben Johnson.
All right. Oh.
And my list is 2.
Okay. I love that.
My list is very simple. I want Vrabel to be the head coach. I want Gruden to be the offensive coordinator. I want Rex to be the defensive coordinator. That's my dream team.
There you go.
You got 3 guys who don't take any crap. Woody won't be able to compete with that. Like if Woody says, "Oh, you're going to bench this guy," you get 3 NFL head coaches tell him, "Sit down, make Band-Aids, and leave us the fuck alone."
Yeah, I would say you're close with who I would say if I was going to do something like that. I would say Jay Gruden for the offensive.
Oh yeah, what's he up to? Look up
Jay Gruden. He there's some guy with some street cred, right? He was a arena football winning player coach.
He was,
and then he was a coach for a while in the NFL. So yeah,
Yeah, he hasn't been in the league officially since 2020. And that's when he was the offensive coordinator for the Jaguars. Prior to that, he was the head coach of the then Washington Redskins from 2014 to 2019. You're right. He's in the Arena Football Hall of Fame, for those who don't know.
Funny you should mention Redskins, because I think that God, who was that coach on the Redskins who was so good?
Joe Gibbs?
Underrated. Yeah, Joe. He is the most underrated head coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
I really think so, because he came back after, doing his racing thing, which he was successful at that too. This guy is like he's got the Midas touch. He's good, Joe Gibbs.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, Joe Gibbs, Merry Christmas, and I hope you're okay. And your family.
He's been doing a lot of the NASCAR stuff. I know he does that sort of stuff. So yeah,
he's successful at everything. Joe Gibbs Racing. He's probably more well known now for the racing than for the football.
Although I'm going to be honest, I didn't have that on my bingo card. When you bring up JG, you're talking, Joe Gibbs. My dad's bringing up JG, Jay Gruden. That's not what I had on the bingo card this morning. But okay,
no, he's good too. I mean, if you want to think outside the box, yeah. But I really, really, as much as I like Aaron Glenn, I just don't want to have a defensive-minded coach, and I don't want a rookie. I just don't. I want someone who's got some cred. I'd rather have Gruden, Rex, or Vrabel. Not necessarily
experienced guys. Yeah.
I just want someone who's been there, done that, had some success. I mean, I know Gruden's last go around with Oakland wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't ideal. No.
But I think he had a lot of opposition from management at that point. He wasn't really able to implement his thing. And with Rex, I think the biggest problem Rex had was when Idzik came in, he tried to set the men. He tried to buy the groceries because he didn't trust Idzik, and he's just not that. That's just not his game. His game is coaching.
Yeah, putting the new GM and head coach on the same level is critically important for the Jets from that grocery shopping perspective. Yes.
Right. That was the one thing that really disappointed me about this past regime, because Joe D and Saleh were pretty much on the same page.
Seemed like it.
I think the biggest problem was we just could not get an offensive guy, and when that quarterback coach got what was the guy that got killed on the bike accident?
Oh yes. So you're talking about Napper, Greg Knapp. Yes.
When Greg Knapp died, that just freaking derailed the whole thing. I think if that didn't happen, we'd be talking Super Bowl this year with maybe Zach Wilson if he got coached up properly. The kid does have all the tools. I'm not a truther. Okay, I'm not being a truther. But when you looked at just what he can do and the tools he has in his toolbox, the kid is awesome. I mean, when they drafted him, and it's not just the Jets, everybody thought this kid was going to be great.
There was, right. I think there is a lot of hindsight that's happening there on Zach Wilson, but I do want to make it perfectly clear that everyone, including the two organizations that have been very successful in the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, both wanted Zach Wilson. So I will agree with that point. There's no doubt about it that there is some of that. But the rest on Zach Wilson and everything else, I'm less sure. Hey, by the way, we've got a few more gifted memberships, baby. Jorge Perez here on the show. Oh, yeah. Thanks for getting involved, Jorge Perez. That is your first 5 gifted memberships this month, which we appreciate. Thank you kindly, my good sir. And those are 5 raffle tickets towards our contest. All right, here we go. Here are 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Again, shout out to Jorge Perez for gifting those here on the channel. We'll get to those in just a second when YouTube loads up here and I can read those names on here. While we're waiting for that to come in here in just a second, let's go back to the phone lines, baby. Thank you, Jorge Perez. Again, we've marked down your memberships, and again, we'll read those out in a second once those come in here in a moment. Let's go to the phone lines once again. Indy Jets joins us here on the program. What's up, Indy?
Good morning and Merry Christmas to you guys.
Thank you, man. Merry Christmas to you. By the way, real quick, here are the 5 new members from Jorge Perez. Dropback Mark, Aiken, Marty McFly, 0292, Danny and Dan C. You guys are all now members to Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to Jorge Perez. But yes, happy holidays. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Hey, the Jets. This last game was, we're known for firsts, and what was it? The first time since 1940 we played an entire game without a punt,
Yeah,
and still scored less than 10 points.
that's correct. Yes, history.
Do you know? Has there ever been an intern coach fired in the midseason?
There has never been an interim coach fired midseason.
Can we be the first?
Why not? Yeah, that's beautiful. We should be. Yeah.
That was just this coaching staff they should just be packed and be gone. I would rather have, this is going to sound bad, but I would rather have Woody's grandson have Madden up, and he can pick the play. They call it in, and just do it that way, because I don't think he could do any worse.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the solace that I take when any of the losing has happened and it's been a Jets coaching decision. I was telling my pop this a couple weeks ago that, like, it makes me feel a little bit better because I know those guys aren't going to be here next year. So, like, if it's like, let's say I'm making this situation up. Garrett Wilson, there's 3 seconds left of the game. He's running towards the end zone, and he could score the game-winning touchdown. He, like, trips, and then it's an embarrassing loss, and it was on him for making the human mistake. There, I'm like, geez, I feel a lot differently. When it's just a coaching blunder, which, unfortunately, we've had a lot all year long for a variety of reasons, it brings me some peace at mind knowing that Ulbrich will be nowhere near this team next year.
Well, and if you look at the second half of this last game, what is our running back depth? It starts with Brees, and then it goes to Davis, and then it goes to
Braylon. Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Braylon Allen, and then Davis,
I got
right?
You. Yeah. Yes. Yep.
So tell me why our third string running back starts the second half. Brees Hall touched the ball one time in the second half.
Yeah.
And we're starting our third string running back.
It must be the injury, and if that's true, then why are you playing him at all? Because Brees had a compromised knee a couple weeks ago. I think it happened right before the bye. I think that was the Colts game. He tweaked it. He came out of the bye. I think he missed a game in there. That was when we had the Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis show. And then now they've still been forcing – I don't want to say forcing him to play because he said that he wants to play. But, like, the adult in the room has to say, Brees, take a seat, buddy. And, like, obviously they're managing him, for lack of a better word, for his rotation. And if you're managing him, you just shouldn't play him. There's no playoffs on the line. There's no nothing. I appreciate that Brees wants to be a great teammate, but that's the part where I'm struggling. Yeah.
Yeah, but even why would you not start? Why would you not start the second half with Allen over Davis? And I'm not knocking on Davis, but if that's the third string guy, and you have a second string guy there, why would he not be the guest starter? I'm just curious.
I don't know. Yeah.
And that just goes to show that the abysmal. Maybe these guys should never coach again. I don't know what their problem is, but their stock is dropping so fast. And I don't think Ulbrich will probably get a defensive coordinator job again. He's going to have to start.
The more that this stuff happens, the less confident you feel. I thought for sure, even in the middle of all this bullshit, in the middle of the season, I'm like, damn, Ulbrich's going to get whatever DC job Saleh doesn't, because there's Miami that could be available. There's San Francisco that could be available. There's a few places that they have the direct ties to them. Like, oh, it's just going to be bing, boom, bam. He's going to end up there. I still sort of lean that way, but again, to your point, all the crap could certainly keep them out of that regard, and then it's going to be like a linebacker job or something.
Yeah, and I don't understand how we as fans can see these things, and if Woody was ready to fire Saleh, he was ready to fire. Why can we not just be the first to fire a interim coach? We should have fired. Honestly, I would prefer. I would prefer. Green Bean calling in plays.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Whoever over. This is just this is probably the worst. I've been a fan since '84.
Yeah.
And this is the worst I've sat through. We've sat through some really bad seasons. Browning Nagel and that. And it's never been this bad. The coaching has never been this bad.
So you're telling us, Indy, that it's only up from here.
It has to be. It has to be.
Exactly.
I think we have actually hit as a Jets organization and as Jets fans, we have actually finally hit the bottom.
Which I think is important. It sucks, but it's important because once you hit the bottom, that's when you can start rising on back up. And hopefully,
exactly. We were stuck in such mediocrity for the last 10 plus years. The 7 wins. But I think finally we've gotten to the point where we've got some talent on the team, and yet we're so poorly coached that we're just going to have to, you bring in a decent coach and you're going to see the stock climb, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, Indy. And I think that's what really could take the Jets, where people say, the Jets suck. And then you bring in a halfway decent coach in here, and then you see this huge potential bump in 2025. People are going to be like, whoa, either the Jets' talent dramatically increased or the coaching is just so much dramatically better that I think it, there certainly could be a case made there. Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Just to his point, the Jets ran the ball 20 times last week, and one of them was Aaron Rodgers. 14 of them were Breece Hall. So I'm not really sure what he's talking about. Like Isaiah Davis had like 3 or 4 carries. That was it. And I think it is important to understand what you have or the scheme you got. So
I think it goes back to the same drum we've been beating all season, and I know you've looked at it sideways. That Breece has not had a game with 20-plus carries in it, and that's another one where he didn't. He has these 14 carries and is sparingly used in the second half, it appears, anyway, coming in. I see we got another gifted membership, baby. Hansen joining us. Okie dokie. Nice. King Blaze from our guy Hansen, another raffle ticket for you. There you go, Hansen. That is 4 gifted memberships so far this month. 4 raffle tickets in our contest for the end of the month. Pop, let's go. We're getting close to the end of the show here with all the holiday festivities happening here. Easy with the super chat real quick. Let's get to that. Again, every time we get a super chat, Zariah Luna, who I imagine and hope I get a few of these reactions with
wow.
Fingers crossed. Easy says, sadly, we're far from rock bottom. I guess we'll see. Hey, Easy, if the truck driving doesn't work out for you, motivational speaker, perhaps could be next there on the sheet. Love that. All right, let's go back to the phone lines, and thank you for the super chat, buddy. I'll make sure I put that in your notes here for the gifted membership so far this month. I'll do that in just a second. But let's bring up Ricky New York live here on the show, baby. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, how's it going, Paul? Paul
Senior.
Senior.
Very nice.
Merry Christmas to both of you guys.
Merry Christmas.
And man, all I want for Christmas is for the season to be over with. It cannot get here fast enough for me. And for all the Jets fans out there, a little small Christmas gift for you.
Ooh.
As we've all bitched and complained about having a coaching staff that does not hold people accountable, while you're on your Christmas vacation, go back and look at Hard Knocks and look at Aaron Glenn and watch him get up in guys' grills and lay into people and let people know you are not going to make the same mistakes twice, and get a little sneak peek at what we might have in store for us in the future. Good watch.
I love it. Yeah. I love getting a good look because like AG is somebody you obviously don't get to hear. Us as people don't get to hear a lot from when you're a DC on a random team. So to get that kind of insights on Hard Knocks, and again, apparently his people are telling Rich Cimini that this Jets job would be a dream job. And I don't want to just give this job to anyone who thinks it's a dream job, but like there's obviously special, deeper connections for AG as a former Jets player, former first-round pick, a guy who's been waiting for his chance to be a head coach. This could be the perfect combination. It could be the perfect storm.
Well, I always go back to, he was in our scouting department for years, aside from playing here, and he's actually worked inside this organization and seen from the inside what some of the problems are that we've had, and might be a little bit more familiar with what they really are, and therefore, know how to handle them better than a guy that's just walking in from the outside. That knows there's problems, but may not know, what the root cause of them is. So that's it. Dude, like I said, I've been pushing all my chips into the Aaron Glenn stack. I like Mike Vrabel. He is a no-nonsense guy, but like I said before, the last time Mike Vrabel built a coaching staff, good God, it was Todd Downing and Keith Carter and all these bums that we have now. So I find it hard to have confidence in that. So I'm going all in on AG, and that's all I got today, guys. Have a great holiday, everyone.
Thank you, Ricky.
too,
Merry
Ricky.
Christmas. Yeah, AG, like I said, if the Jets made that hire, Aaron Glenn, the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, I think there'd be a coming home element. He's a former first-round draft choice of the Jets. He spent over half of his NFL career. He was in the NFL for 15 years. He's been 8 of his 15 seasons with the New York Jets as a player. To Ricky's point, he was also a scout for 2 seasons before he got into coaching in the National Football League. Those were both with the New York Jets. So he's been a scout. He's been a player. He's been a coach for a long time. That would be a coming home where Jet fans feel ooey gooey inside about Aaron Glenn coming home. How good of a head coach would he be? That's the mystery, and that part, is either going to be good or bad. I could give you a million good examples of first-time head coaches in the National Football League right now who are wild successes, like Sean McVay. I could give you examples of retreads that are successes, a.k.a. Andy Reid. So there are all kinds of different flavors that are out there in the universe. Let me throw this question out there, and then again, we'll wrap up here, Pop. Alan asked this, hey, BG and Pops, give me your impression on Tommy Rees. He's the guy that Vrabel is eyeing for OC, according to the NFL Insider Report from Albert Breer. So if Vrabel was to be hired, Tommy Rees should be in. Of course, Tommy Rees is the former Notre Dame quarterback, Alabama offensive coordinator. He's had a few roles over the last couple of years. What's your take on our boy, Tommy Rees?
Yeah, he's pretty talented. He was offensive coordinator for the Notre Dame before he went over to Alabama. I think he's an intriguing prospect as an offensive coordinator.
He certainly is, and oh my goodness, look what's under the tree, a $50 super chat from Fleur Lillian Big D.
Wow.
Wow. Holy friggin' crap. And of course, this counts towards our contest, but let me read the message for Lillian Big D wanted to share, baby, here on Christmas. I was at the game and froze my fucking ass off. The game sucked. They went for it on every 4th down. They obviously didn't care if they won or not. And the dumb idea I was referring to was your midnight idea, me going to the game on Sunday. Both in conjunction. Okay, so midnight idea, burn it. It's gone. It's terrible. Whoever said that? Whoever said that should be fired. That idea is off the table completely. And yes, I thought you were referencing the game too, because the game was looked like tits cold, and everyone that was there. So shout out to Chef Kevin Gilbert for Lillian Big D. I know there's a bunch of people that went there for the game, and wow, $50 super chat. Oh my, that's terrific. Go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, no, that is. I'm glad that someone else called you out that idea was not the world's greatest. So, but yes. So we'll come up with something else, and we will do it together when we do the reveal.
Yes. That's true. We mentioned that. Yeah.
I think there's some conversation around what the final countdown looks like. There's going to be some time stamping going on.
Yeah, I think that's true.
It's going to be a time stamp, like make it very clear for the contest, as there's a lot of people interested.
There's no doubt about it. And I was just doing the quick calculations behind the scenes. And with that, we have a brand new leader in our emoji contest for Lillian Big D with their prior super chat contributions today and memberships gifted. 53 gifted memberships so far this month. When you add up all their data, they are now number 1, leapfrogging Jimmy Jets, who jumped in with a 50 pack today. I mean, everybody has been in the mix with Jimmy Jets at 50. We have for Lillian Big D with 53. Number 1 Austrian, I almost just did it there. Number 1 Austrian Jet fan with 44. This is and Travis Preheim today with 41 gifted memberships today. I mean, good Lord, Pop. This is This has been a historic show.
And just for those wondering, we will have an independent accounting firm do the calculations. Allowing Boy Green to do the calculations is like letting him be in charge of your portfolio.
I see.
Not good. Not good.
Well, like I said, we've got a great team here, a
Make him
great
responsible
staff
for your Thanksgiving dinner
that are adding up all the numbers here. So, yes, congratulations to Fleur Lily and Big D. You're now number one on our contest. Again, this will be going through the end of the month. Of course, no matter what, which is, I think, the really cool thing about this, and all the information is always in the scrolling ticker of every video, is that it's a double dip. Of course, everyone can compete for the number one prize, which is the custom emoji, whoever gifts the most. But even if you don't win that, although Fleur Lily and Big D is in first place now, you also have 1 billion raffle tickets. In this specific case, Fleur Lily and Big D has 53 raffle tickets, which dramatically increase their chances of winning our grand prize at the end of the season. There's luck involved, of course, of drawing for that grand prize. But in particular, you get both. You get the chase for the title, and you always get as well, again, all the chances to win it. And for Lily and Big D with a Merry Christmas, everybody. And thank you so much. Papa, any kind of final thoughts here as we wrap up this Christmas Day episode of Boy Green Daily? Wow, this is one of the most historic shows we've ever had.
Yeah, I would just like to say, I'm not going to quote it, but if you haven't watched Scrooge, watch Scrooge and watch the last 2 minutes of the show when Frank Cross.
Yeah, Bill Murray here in the movie, folks. Yeah.
Frank Cross says, do something for someone today, right? That's the reason for the season. I would like to say Merry Christmas to all my kith and kin, which is everyone on the show.
Yeah.
As I quote Chevy Chase, this is I'm not a Chicago Blackhawks fan. I am a Christmas Vacation Griswold jersey fan. That was a gift from Boy Green. So I'd like everyone to be a little kinder to somebody today. And I think I've skipped out on calling you a moron today. So that was my gift to you as well as the other gifts I have for you when I see you in a few days.
I was going to say, when you were going to quote Scrooge, one of my favorite ones is "Scrape them off, Claire." I thought that's where you're going to go, but no, that one's slightly better.
Yeah, nice holiday spirit there, Sparky.
Hey, Scrooge. But no, in all seriousness, everybody, we got a couple hundred people in the room. We had an hour plus show here on Christmas. I hope you guys do get to spend a lot of time with your families. Enjoy the football today. Again, fingers crossed we get less buffering issues on Netflix with a couple of Christmas games. I'll certainly have those on. I can already see all the presents sitting over there for my children. Are going to be waking up soon, which is awesome. So I can't wait for that moment. That's going to be super cool. It's been a cool part of becoming a parent, and it's not about the gifts you receive; it's about seeing other people open up the gifts, which is really cool. But wow, like I said, there's no hyperbole here. This has been perhaps the most historic show in Boy Green Daily history, with the level of generosity from you guys, the fans. You guys make it possible for me to be able to do this show and have this be a big part of my life to help support my family. So I love that you guys get a good kick out of this. And Pop, we'll be having you on several times this week, including tomorrow.
That's right. It's going to be great. Great weekend. Happy holidays. Merry freaking Christmas to everybody. All right. Hey, now.
Yeah, there you go. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Enjoy some time with your family. And we'll be back on for Boy Green Daily tomorrow morning. God bless. Take care. And God blesses everyone.